So you get 10 seconds, then just talk to me. But before you start, introduce who you are, I'll just say your name. So, X-Sound of the name to face.
Okay, so this is our presentation on the pictures that we wanted to pick. I'm Jordan.
Yeah, I'm Qasim.
Okay, so the ones that we've picked are We the Blind by Ben Winston and
True Fear by Lindy Morrison.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by talking about We the Blind first. The story idea of this one we liked because of the motivation by the picture, and as producers, looking at the pictures, it's like we wanted to pick the ones that had their own motivation, because that's always a plus point that I would look for. It's also a story that we would like to invest our time in as well, and we don't think it will be a waste on our part to try and put our knowledge and networks, as it were, into this pitch and story idea. So yesterday we had a little meeting with Ben, and we asked him a couple of questions on what we thought we could kind of possibly change to make it more feasible, because even though it's already a feasible story, there's a couple of things. So, for example, the script is quite long, and that's basically all the problems that we have with it. With our experiences in pitching as well, creating our own films for film competitions, we think that we could take it forward, but also helping Ben on a couple of things, so finding actors, because we've had to do it ourselves, finding locations that that don't have to have too much permissions, and they're also at low risk when we come to risk assess it. So the locations, as I said, are very low risk, apart from a couple of the ones that might filmed at night in an alleyway. But creating contingency plans and stuff, I think we could get around that. And the props, there isn't really any props. There's a knife, but you don't. I know one of the scenes he has to show it, but with the lighting and stuff, I don't think we have to use a real one, because that would be a little bit dangerous to be chucking that around. Costumes, they're really feasible. There's no olden day dresses or anything like that. They're fairly just plain, simple, everyday clothes. And I think it's quite a good idea to get behind. So, from talking to him, we've also been able to access ways of getting actors for his age range. We've spoke to a couple that would be interested. And also, with commercial viability, with adapting the ending of the film, we can gain more viewers in the fact that we could extend it or make another one. So it has the ability to get an audience behind it. And the budget, the locations and the props and the equipment, we can source the equipment from here. Locations don't need to pay for any of it, and the props, everyone, they're bound to have something, and we've also got the use of the prop store and cupboard upstairs with Arnie as well. So that's the first one, and our second choice.
Our second choice is True Fear, which is written by Lindy Morrison. And to start off, we're very pleased with the kind of the layout of the story. In particular, the fact that it was the direction Morrison was trying to take with this was to have its entire from the view of a camera. So it would basically have a first-person aspect to it. Now we think that this kind of it gives free rein in terms of and also I think she was also very much motivated in getting this idea forward. In terms of actors, we by the sounds of it, we actually have good access mainly because not only is a possibility for using performing arts students who may be willing to join on the filming. She also has friends at Mayo which would also be interested in taking part. And in terms of, we certainly think the script in general is very versatile, which there is space to make changes where necessary, which could come into effect during the filming phase. There isn't really because we use most of these because we're pretty much using only equipment from college. There will be budget wouldn't really come into effect on that, and also because we're also entirely sourcing the locations and props will be sourced from areas that are already available to us. I think that the structure, in terms of commercial viability, the structure of this film means that, and also because the 5-minute time limit means that there is the possibility of continuing this as a series, possibly by adapting the story, but possibly continuing the story or using a completely different one in the future as well, which could be loose entirely with the original film. Also, there's the possibility of making it shorter in future versions. And also, in terms of distribution, we obviously have experience in entering films into competitions, and which means possibilities there to enter into festivals and competitions if necessary.
So then, with the thought of all that, taking both of them forward, we've also come up with a proposed schedule as well, so that we knew what we needed to do to help move their film forward. We're quite happy with, quite motivated for both films, and this is what we would just follow. So
yeah, so we're pretty much certain that as soon as we have the film has been chosen for us, we need to they need to have the script and storyboard started on immediately. So that pretty much has been finished off on week commencing 10th of November, which means that by 17th of November, they should hopefully have all the equipment needed. But also, the point is probably essentially they also have a schedule constructed, or filming schedule constructed for the time located. The locations need to be visited in order to understand if it's a viable solution. And we also need to make sure that if the location hasn't opened, that they are fully okay with use of, if they're okay to, need to make sure they're okay with people filming in there. And also, hopefully they should have transport all sorted out. Obviously, they should make sure that the transport, if they are, for example, borrowing transport from college, then it obviously needs to be arranged. And also, risk assessments need to be compiled at this stage as well, depending on the location. And hopefully, that should mean that on Monday the 24th at the earliest, they should be able to commence filming. And it is pretty much 1st of December. They can also, if it is done at an early stage, if filming is completed at an early stage, then it'll be they'll be able to. They could also commence the editing earlier as well. And the idea is because of the limited time of it in the week after because the 8th of December is probably the last week where they'll be able to get the proper work done, because obviously the next week after that is the start of the holidays. The editing must be started by that point. As I mentioned, there might not be a great amount of time left afterwards, although the possibility also remains. There is the possibility that it could be able to continue on next week if arranged. Also, throughout the editing process, it's important that we also regularly communicate with the low freeze to make sure it's all fitting with the set out regulations.
So yeah, that's our schedule. Just to make clear that we are going for Ben's and Lindy's. Ben's our first choice, Lindy's is our second choice.